And shifting focus then, US military activity in Caribbean has only been intensifying tensions between Washington and Venezuela.
And this as new footage from Puerto Rico shows American aircraft on the move. On Tuesday, US military aircraft, they were seen taking off and landing at the former Roosevelt Roads Naval Base, including a US Marine Corps KC-130J, F-35B fighter jets, and a US Air Force AC-130 gunship. According to 4 US officials, the activity is tied to preparations for a new phase of operations related to Venezuela. Signs of possible movement have mounted in recent weeks as Washington positions military assets closer to Venezuela amid worsening relations with President Nicolas Maduro's government.
Meanwhile, US Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is set to visit the Dominican Republic, a close US Caribbean ally. That is, on Wednesday, the Pentagon says that Hegseth will hold talks with President Luis Abinader and senior ministers to bolster cooperation against drug trafficking.
On Monday, the United States designated Venezuela's Cartel de los Soles, or a Cartel of the Suns, as a foreign terrorist organization.
In fact, this move provides new legal authority for actions that target Venezuelan officials.
Venezuelan government, it rejected the move as ridiculous and accused the US of seeking control over the country's oil and gas reserves, as we mentioned earlier. And Maduro led a civic military march aimed at defending Venezuelan sovereignty.
With responsibility and love, I tell our people, if Bolivar could build 7 Army Corps to liberate all of South America and secure the independence of Central America and beyond, we must be able to defend every inch of this blessed land from any imperialist threat or aggression, wherever and whenever it comes. Stay alert. Stay alert.
Washington has also increased its military footprint in the Caribbean, deploying the world's largest aircraft carrier and a flotilla of warships for anti-drug operations. In fact, since the month of September, US forces have carried out around 20 airstrikes on suspected trafficking vessels in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. Dominican authorities now say that they continue to cooperate, recently seizing more than 500 kgs of cocaine in a joint operation.
With the build-up accelerating, the head of the Organization of American States, OAS, Albert Ramdin, has urged both countries to de-escalate and engage in diplomacy, saying that the region does not want a war. Fears of conflict have also affected the travel sector, with Venezuelan government giving airlines 48 hours to resume flights suspended over the weekend after US regulators warned of increased military activity in the region.